Hey everyone, I finished watching the next Ninja Storm episode. Uh, Crap, what was it called again? Storm Before the Calm? Yeah, Storm Before the Calm. Kind of weird that the finale is both Storm Before the Calm, so what's Calm? Like the end of the show? Or does it mean Dino Thunder? Dino Thunder takes place like immediately after. So is Dino Thunder the Calm? I could see that, whatever. Anyway, on to the summary. The Rangers are all excited for Dustin. Storm Chargers has agreed to sponsor him in the upcoming Action Games event. And then Lothor reveals that throughout the season he's been following a prophetic message on a scroll. Mar and Capri were helping him to fulfill what it laid out, and that's why they killed Shimatsu, and also why he kept Vexkis around, even though Vexkis was killing his men. And then there's a really weird thing where they're talking about the generals will fall one by one, and it shows Chubo on the scroll, and Chubo never died. Like, yeah, he got shrunk and turned into a pet for a while, but, like, you turned him back to normal. He's fine now, right? Where is he? He's suspiciously absent this whole episode. Did they kill Chubo off screen? Did I miss an episode? Pretty sure I didn't miss an episode. All the numbers of, like, my YouTube videos match up. I looked through, like, the episode count, and nothing I seem to have missed. Whatever. Anyway, a Ninja Op, Sensei Watanabe gives the Rangers permission to attend the Action Games to watch Dustin compete. Mara, Capri, and some Kelzacs crash the event. Cam and Hunter fight them off. And then there's this really weird bit. I've always found this really weird ever since I was a kid. These three civilians show up, like they actively run towards the Kelzacs where the fight's going on and fight them off. I don't know if maybe they saw Cam and Hunter fighting them off and they thought, oh, we need to help. But anyway, they fight off the Kelzacs, and then Cam and Hunter chew them out for getting involved because it's dangerous or whatever. Even though that's kind of suspicious coming from you guys. Aren't you supposed to be keeping your identities as Power Rangers a secret? Like, as it is, these civilians think you're just other civilians. So anyway, they're not really that important here. One of them looks like they might be really important in the future, at least one of them. Um, Anyway, the villains teleport away and the Rangers investigate the area when suddenly Cam's samurai amulet freezes. This is super important. It isn't important at all. I don't know why this is here. It just kind of happens and just stops and whatever. So anyway, he goes to Ninja Ops and with his father's help, he learns what's going on. In the past, the amulet would warm up in response to something good. Freezing may indicate something bad. Alright then. I really don't understand why this is here. Couldn't you? This is the finale. Like, Ninja Storm has such a problem with wasting time, just going off and doing something pointless. Just cut this scene entirely, have some more stuff with the Rangers, have some more stuff with Lothor. Show that Chubo's around, or kill Chubo, who cares? So anyway, let's see. Mar and Capri tell Lothor about something from his prophetic scroll, the Abyss of Evil. All the defeated monsters go to the Abyss of Evil, and now it's about to burst, and the monsters will all return to life under Lothor's control for some reason. So Mar and Capri go down to Earth, and they force Vexicus to grow. Then they go to the nearby woods, find some electronics sitting in the ground, and they rip it up. The electronics turn out to belong to Cam. They're connected to his Zord somehow. He sends Cyber Cam to go and check out the electronics. Then Cam contacts the others, he sends their Zords, and we get a really long Zord formation sequence, which I'm guessing is probably because this is going to be one of the last times we see the Zords from Ninja Storm form. So, okay. It does kind of feel like it's wasting time, especially for a finale. Like, I don't think it was that important to see the full Zord formation thing. I think they could have shown more of the Rangers doing stuff. So, let's see. At the Action Games, Kelly is wondering where the others are, just as an earthquake begins. But it's no ordinary earthquake, it's the Abyss of Evil beginning to open. And then the Rangers defeat Vexicus. That was easy. Also, Vexicus's whole, like, enemy of Lothor thing didn't really amount to much. And also, when Vexicus is destroyed, he takes the Thunder Megazord with him. The Rangers lose contact with Hunter and Blake. And now the next part of Lothor's plan is to infect Cybercam. Mar and Capri go down, they shoot Cybercam with something, and then they use him to lead them to Ninja Ops. This is something else I think probably could have been fleshed out a little bit, because they just show up at Ninja Ops with Cybercam. I think it would have been nice to have a little bit more with Cybercam, like, although it is kind of weird, Cybercam's not a robot, he's a hologram who can, like, kind of sort of interact with physical reality. Anyway, they show up, Cybercam disappears, and then Lothor and Marah Caprice start destroying the inside of Ninja Ops. Let's see, Lothor fires a laser at Sensei and kidnaps Cam. Shane, Tori, and Dustin, they get to Ninja Ops and find it all in ruin. Up on Lothor's spaceship, he's bored, I guess, so he shows Cam the Scroll of Destiny. Cam is like, isn't there a part missing? And Lothor just ignores it and continues to gloat about, I'm going to take over the Earth, or whatever. And that's where it ends, to be continued. This is an intense and pretty fun episode. There are a few little oddities here and there, and one weird thing is I don't think this episode works very well as a standalone episode. I think it works way better combined with the second part. I know that because when I was younger, I had Dino Thunder Volume 1 on DVD, and as a bonus, it had these 2 episodes basically back to back with like nothing in between. There was no end credits or theme song as far as I remember. Now I don't remember for sure, but anyway, they were right next to each other, and I would usually watch them together. So I don't know if it's because I'm used to seeing these together, or it just really doesn't work as well separate as 2 separate episodes. It works a lot better when they're together. So anyway, the biggest weird thing is, where's Chubo? They just act like he doesn't exist or something. It's really weird. Let's see. Yeah, he's never acknowledged, but he is still in the end credits. Why is Chubo in the end credits? Actually, why is Chubo considered a main villain in Ninja Storm? Whenever I see people list, like, the main villains of Ninja Storm, Chubo's there, and I don't know why. Is it because he's there at the beginning? I guess. Whatever, he's kind of pointless. Anyway, Marah Caprice's roles are still confusing. Last episode, their reveal of their true natures, was that, like, actually real, or was that just part of Lothor's plan? Were they actually being genuine, or whatever? Cybercam finally shows up again, and then he disappears, and I think that's the last time he's ever seen. Like, I talk a lot about Cybercam, but that's because the show set him up as, like, a main character, or at least a character who was going to be playing a major part. But he almost never shows up since his introduction. It's weird, I remember him really well, but for some reason in the show itself he doesn't actually play that big of a role. He's mentioned a lot, but never actually shows up. It's like he's played by another actor who's just not around, and they're trying to cover it up by mentioning that he's off doing something. But his actor is there! He's played by the guy who plays Cam! They're identical! It's so weird to me that they always sidestep around showing Cybercam or including him in anything, but they'll still mention him a bunch of times. It's really weird. And then here, they just kind of forget about him, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he shows up in the next part. So yeah, Cybercam doesn't get that good of an ending. He's infected by Lothor with a cyber virus or whatever. He disappears, gone. Like, I'm assuming because Ninja Ops was blown up, or destroyed quite a bit, so maybe whatever it is that supports Cybercam's existence is destroyed, maybe? I don't know. Kind of weird, whatever. Moving on from Cybercam. Vexicus goes out surprisingly easy. Kinda weird after being set up as this big bad guy. Like, when I was a kid, I remember watching Ninja Storm, and I thought Vexicus would, like, take over and become a new villain. Kinda like how, I don't know, in Lightspeed Rescue, Diabolico's the villain, then Olympius takes over, and then Banshira takes over from Olympius. Or kind of like in Wild Force, where, let's see, Master Org is apparently taken out and replaced with, crap, who was it, Mandalok? Who came after, was there somebody after Mandalok, or was Mandalok destroyed by Master Org when Master Org, I don't remember now, whatever, it's not that important. But yeah, I thought Vexcus would go on to like destroy Lothor, or at least take Lothor out of commission for a while, become the main villain. Then the Rangers destroy him after a big battle. Then Lothor returns as like a big return. But that never happens. Vexcus shows up. He's a bad guy, and then he's just gone. One of the problems with Ninja Storm I found is any backstory they've set up for most of the villains goes nowhere. Vexcus had this whole story about being Lothor's sworn enemy, but then it doesn't go anywhere. Like, the only thing that kind of ties in with that is he's more willing to kill Lothor's men, but the Rangers could have easily done that themselves. Like, I don't know, it might have been a little interesting to have, like, the Rangers defeat one of the generals, and then Lothor is like, oh well, and he doesn't really care. Like, I think maybe that would be a little bit more interesting than having Vexcus come in and do it. Oh yeah, one of the other weird things with Vexicus is the way that he gets killed is so easy seeming. Like, yeah, he hits the Megazord, like the Ultrazord or Hurricane Megazord, whatever it is, and it separates into two Megazords. So he's pretty strong, but then he just goes out. And it kind of reminded me of in Deep Space Nine, Star Trek. There's an episode where a bunch of the crew, they get back to the station, but there's some kind of weird glitch that causes them to become part of this holodeck program, holosuite, whatever, and they're in like this weird crime drama, and everybody plays a role, but they're not all aware that they're in like a fictional game, basically, and the danger is real. Like, there's these criminals, and if they get killed, then the crew member who's playing them gets killed in real life. So, what was it? Bashir and O'Brien, I think, are the guys trying to not kill anybody. They're trying to keep everybody alive long enough for whoever's on the outside to get them out. Oh, or was it Garrick and Bashir doing this? I don't remember now. And maybe O'Brien was on the outside trying to... Oh, wait, or O'Brien was in the game, wasn't he? He had an... I don't remember. Anyway, Star Trek rewatch, eventually. um, anyway, they keep... what was it? Cisco is the main villain of the thing. It's like a James Bond-esque type of story. And so they set everything up so that he'll win, he won't die, no one dies, but then the game doesn't know what to do because he's supposed to die at the end. And Cisco, being, like, playing that role, he doesn't remember that he's Cisco. He only knows that he's that character in the game. And he's like, you know, it's weird. I never thought I would actually win. It feels wrong, or something like that. And then, like, the game starts to fall apart, and he doesn't know who he is, and eventually everything works out, and they're all turned back to normal, but Vexcus just kind of going out just made me think, did he have a moment like Cisco, playing that character, being like, you know, I kind of figured like it wouldn't really end, so yeah, it's kind of just right that I lose, I guess. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too deep into it, or whatever. Looking through my notes here. Oh yeah, the stuff with the Rangers at the beginning is fun, and one of the things that's best about Ninja Storm is the characters, the actors. They're the best part of Ninja Storm. They're really likable, they're really fun, they have great charisma and chemistry with each other. And I think what Ninja Storm really needed was they needed an Ernie's, a place for the Rangers to hang out at, for, like, to set up character stuff, to establish their personalities and things like that. As it is, it's fine. They have storm chargers, they get plenty of leisure time together, but I would have liked to see a little bit more of that. I think a more slice-of-life look at the Ninja Storm Rangers would be really fun. However, most of the series seem to emphasize more the Power Ranger side of it, like the superhero action side of it, which is fine. It all works, but I don't know. It's just, I think it's a missed opportunity that they had there. Oh yeah, James Napier makes his debut as a civilian, one of the guys that saves Kamen Hunter from, or tries to help Kamen Hunter with the Kelzacs. He'll go on to play Connor next season in Dino Thunder, and that's cool. One of the things I thought about here that I never thought about before was these civilian characters. Were they intended to be, like, set up as a new generation of Rangers? Like, were all three of these guys meant to be Rangers next year? Like, I think... I'm trying to remember. I don't remember for sure, but don't they all become ninja students at the end? I don't remember for sure, but yeah, I think that's what happens. Anyway, Connor at least became a ranger next year. You know, the other two... Oh, one of the other weird things with these guys is they were supposed to look like, Connor... Or, I mean, they're supposed to look like Shane, Tori, and Dustin. And I've always found that to be really, really weird. It's kind of like way back in Mighty Morphin in, what was it? Crap, I can't remember what it was called. Green No More? Was it? Or was it a different episode? The one where Zed made Dark Rangers out of these weird, like, Shelbyville versions of the Mighty Morphin Rangers. And there was... This also reminded me of way back in Arthur. Yeah, the Arthur cartoon. There's an episode where they go to this medieval fair, and there's this rival school that has a class of kids that look sort of like the normal kids, but they're different than the normal kids. Oh, and also Recess did that too. I don't know, it's a very cartoony thing to have these three characters who are very obviously meant to look like the normal main three. I don't know, it's just something that's really weird. Sometimes it takes me out of the story to see that, or like sometimes it's just treated as a gag in some things, but here, I don't know, it's really weird. I don't think it was necessary for them to look like Shane, Tori, and Dustin, but whatever. So anyway, the conclusion to part one of this two-parter is kind of weak, and I'm thinking, yeah, it probably works best as two parts. I'm wondering if this was aired as two parts, because it really... The ending, the stakes are kinda high, I guess. It's an okay place to end things, but it's kind of odd choice. I don't know. It's whatever. Anyway, that's that episode. It's fine. Ninja Storm doesn't have any bad episodes. Like, the worst episode I've seen was General Deception Part 2, and that was still really fun. It had a lot of really good moments. There's characters that I feel are pointless, but there's nobody that's just bad or really annoying or anything. So yeah, Ninja Storm is definitely one of the strong seasons of Power Rangers. Even despite its weaknesses and little odd choices here and there, it still comes across as a really good and solid season. One more episode to go, that'll be fun, and then on to Dino Thunder. And, let's see, am I forgetting anything? I don't think there's anything that comes in between Ninja Storm and Dino Thunder, so that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.